Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 Hearts channel where we do what? Focus on healing, humor, and hot mother freaking topics. If you're new to my channel, hey, new subscribers. If you've been a subscriber, welcome back. Welcome back. Bootsy's back. In any event, make sure you hit the thumbs up so you can like my video and that can get me out in the algorithm. That's your free way of supporting my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please feel free to do so. Make sure you stick around for this Dear Deidre letter and drop down in the comment segment and let me know what you think of this letter. Let's get it going. Dear Deidre, this is a lot to unpack, but here we go. I have been with my guy for over 6 years now. I love him OD. He's been there for me and he's held me down when I needed him the most and when everyone else sort of turned their backs on me. He's an all around great guy and a hell of a stand up stepdad. Amen. But it's this guy that I used to deal with well over 13 years ago. Now he has a child and possibly married. So as you can see, we've both moved on. Here's the plot twist. Me and the ex-current wifey or wife used to be childhood friends. We haven't hung out since we were children. We don't have any contact besides social media, and we don't inbox each other or anything like that. So she nor I knew she was dating my ex until some pics surfaced. Again, they have been together for years, but when the pics surfaced, I said something to him about it. He said they were together, and that was that. Here it is over a decade with some added years, and I'm so fed with myself because I seem to feel a little stench of jealousy when they love on each other or post each other on their social medias. And it's not often that they post. When they do post, I will go into my archives and find the oldest pic of me and my dude or find or find the happiest pic together and post them. I can't understand why it bothers me, especially since I'm madly in love with my man and do not want my ex. I don't know if it's because I assume they are happier than me and my man, or I just want old girl not to be so happy. Send help, signed, real happy, but really jealous. Alrighty then, let me take a little sip of my water. Y'all know how I do. Okay. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Number one on the list, let me congratulate you for having a damn good man because the way you described him sounds like he is a damn good man. And it's a beautiful thing to have them because sometimes they come few and far in between, right? So that's a beautiful thing, right? About your ex-man and your semi-ex best friend and so on and so forth, I'm happy that that's cordial because what I understand that you said was that, there's just a stench of little jealousy there, but not no real animosity towards him and her regarding their new relationship. And like you said, why would it be? She didn't know that was your ex. He didn't know that was your homegirl. They got together years ago. You're done with him. Let that be that, right? So I'm happy that you guys are mature enough not to have any animosity against each other, but seems as though it's a little gray area there. Let me start off by asking you this, right? Remember I told you guys, Dear Deidre letters are really, they're really pretty much a snippet of what a person would be getting in an Operation Hill 100 Hearts one-on-one session. So a lot of times I am now having conversation with you and we're discussing, what would take place in a Healing Heart session. In a Healing Heart session, the focus is solely on you. It has nothing to do with, and it's not about the other people, even if they are involved in the conversation we're having regarding your healing. First of all, I would start off the conversation by asking you to share with me some things about. I'm sorry, you guys. Asking you to share with me some things about your new dude, right? Because you said you did give a little bit of Excuse me. I'm sorry. You did give a little bit of insight as to the type of man he is, but I would be, if we were in a session, I'd be wanting you to go into detail. I would be wanting you to go into detail. I would be asking you, what type of personality does he have? What made you fall in love with him? What's keeping you in love with him? What did he do for you that nobody else could do for you that got you to that space? So on and so forth. And the reason why I would be asking all of those things, because my next line of questioning would be, give me some of the character traits and some of the reasons why you were attracted to your ex. Right? And then my next set of questions would be, what are some of the reasons that you and your ex didn't make it and y'all decided to part ways? Because for whatever reason, that ex he couldn't contribute to you, what this new man is contributing to you now, which is why you are with your new boo. What I know about people, and I remember it used to be myself included, is the grass is always green on the other side, right? When you're in a space of not always thinking so positive, you're looking at the glass as half empty as opposed to half full, right? So a lot of times when you seeing certain situations and certain things take place in other areas that you may not be a part of, and it looks good to you, you're looking at it like, damn, I don't got that. That's a good look. Or I didn't have that. That's a good look. Or wow, look at all of that. That's a good look, right? That's when you're in the space of looking at the glass half empty. Because when you're looking at the glass is half full and you're in your positive headspace and you're just thinking in the positive zone, your first thoughts would be, I mean, they got what they got going on over there. I mean, that's happening in that space. I mean, that's a beautiful thing for that. But I'm also a part of, and I also am privy to all of these beautiful things on my end. So what's going on over there is beautiful and it's nice, but it's not what's for me, because what's for me is happening right here. And this is what I need, I deserve, and I require, unless it's not. Right? So in a Healing Heart session, I would definitely be trying to remind you of all of the perks that you have being with your new boo, which I'm pretty sure you're well aware of. You listed some of them in your own letter. But then the other part of that would be me asking what is happening specifically on that end that either A, you wish was happening on yours or wasn't happening on theirs. Right? And I don't necessarily think that your man is really lacking anything that you want or need, because you flat out said in your letter, listen, I don't want my ex back. I just think that you might be peeking at the fact that he may be giving somebody something that you were not privy to or you did not receive when you and him were together. I know that place. I know that place. I know that place. I know that place 100%, right? I would be asking you some questions about where your self-esteem and your self-worth was when you and your ex was together. Because 99.9% of the time, when you are not in the best space with yourself, right? You have some healing to do, some work to do in yourself. You're not showing up as your best self. You kind of sort of allow certain things to take place in your life because you're not 100% confident and in the feeling of, who you really are and what you need to do for your own life. So certain things is kind of taking place and you will kind of let it slide because it's like, the situation is good. I like this person. We doing what we need to do. But deep down in your heart of hearts, you know that either A, some of that issue shouldn't have stood for, or B, you should have made the other person level up to give you more because you require more. But at that time, you weren't in that space to voice that, to vocalize that maybe, or maybe at that time, you didn't even know you really wanted that with that person. Whatever the case may be, here you are in present day, and you're watching that other person give all of this stuff to somebody else. And a part of you could feel like, where the fuck was all that energy when it was me? You know what I'm saying? Because I see you going above and beyond and stretching out of your bounds the way I've never seen you stretch for me for somebody else. On top of that, that somebody else is a person that I know. I used to be close friends with. We used to hang out. What does she have that's having you be able to stretch and move in a certain direction for her that you weren't able to do for me? And I mean, it's not a far-fetched inquiry. It's not a far-fetched inquiry, right? It's not even far-fetched that you kind of want to battle with them to show them like, listen, me and my man's one, I think too, don't. You know what I'm saying? My only thing with that is I personally feel like, and I would be saying this to you in your Healing Heart session, that you're putting a little too much focus on what's going on over there when you have your own pond, your own grass, and your own situation over here. Right? So granted, if you are seeing them post and seeing their videos or whatever they're putting up for each other, that's fine, but it should really be just that's cute or that's fake, whatever the case may be, and keeping it moving. But like you said, you're actually going to the lengths of, now I'm going to find my own videos and my own pictures to show me and my boo is just as in love as y'all. Too much energy. Too much energy. Too much energy. And really and truly, that has something to do with you and who you are, and nothing to do with any of those other people on the outside. Right? And I think it could come from, again, I don't know the history of your relationship, which is why we'll be asking those questions in the Healing Heart session. What went on in your relationship that either A, you're seeing, what didn't go on in your relationship that either A, you're seeing go on in theirs? What did you wish went on in your relationship that you see going on in theirs? Or is there something lacking in your relationship now that you see is going on in theirs? And from your letter, you definitely made it clear. This has nothing to do with my new boo and nothing that he's doing wrong. It's just the fact that you see someone else who you used to be acquainted with, giving somebody some more time, energy, and attention that you did not receive from them when you were acquainted with them. And I'm not gonna lie, it can hit you in the chest. I remember in the past having that same situation. It can hit you in the chest. Like, what is this person doing to make you feel like you want to be and do and show up as this great, perfect, wonderful man when I was right there with you giving at that time what I had and I consider as my all, and I couldn't get half that ish from you. What the fuck is going on here? But you know what, my dear? It doesn't matter what's going on there. It does not matter what's going on there. You know how I was able to reconcile with those feelings when I was having them? And these are the same thoughts that I have right now that helps me reconcile is what's for me won't miss me. Let me say that again. What is for me won't miss me. Right? I'm going to tell you another piece to that. What ain't can't catch me and can't keep me. Right? And those are the things that I keep in mind when situations take place. I keep that in mind when I'm going for a job. I keep that in mind when I'm presented with a business opportunity that may fall through. I keep that in mind when I'm in a relationship and it ends or it goes further. I keep that in mind with my friends and family. I keep that in mind in every situation in my life because it is the truth. If something or someone is for you, I don't care how long it takes to get to you, it will find you. Right? And if something is or someone is not, it doesn't matter what you do, it will not work because that is not what is for you. Right? So whoever you were and whoever that gentleman was back then when y'all dated, that's what y'all needed for each other for that time. Right? Now, here we go, fast forward to the future, and you have met a wonderful man who can contribute to every single thing that you need right now where you are in your life, which makes you happy. You should wish, and we could work on that in the Healing Heart session if you come to one, right? You should be wishing happiness for everybody else because you have what's for you. That should make you feel good. You should want everybody else to have that, right? I remember Pookie laughed at me because I know a girl and I have an ex. And honestly, I would never do it because I think that my ex would be looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what are you trying to pull here? But I think that my ex and this girl who I'm friendly with should date. In my opinion, they are compatible. Again, it's just my opinion. I don't know that for sure. Hearing some of the ways that she is, knowing some of the ways that he is, I think that they should get together. Now, in all fairness, what did I just tell you? I said what's for a person can't miss them. So whether I try to put them together or not, if they are meant, they will find each other, which is what I have reconciled with, which is why I have not tried to hook them up. But if I was an old me, I would damn sure be advocating for them to be together because I think my ex is a nice guy, and I think that he didn't have the qualities that I needed to make me happy, but I know for a fact that he is a good guy, and some of the qualities that he does have will make some woman happy. In my opinion, it will make that woman happy. I want happiness for him because I'm happy. In my situation, I'm looking at the glass as half full. So I'm looking at all of the beautiful things that I'm getting and receiving here, and I'm making myself open to receive all of it, and then I'm also doing things within this space to make it better. So much so that I don't really have time or energy to focus or even know what anybody else is doing, And then when I am made aware or privy to what other folks are doing in their situations, i.e. an ex, I'm there trying and hoping that things get better for them. You know why? Because I want to see them happy, because guess what I am? Happy. And I'm happy because I'm looking at the glass that I'm over here with, right? I'm looking at it as almost to the top instead of how close it is to the bottom. Right? And I'm saying that because I know a lot of times when people hear that, oh Lord, I would hear people, well, let me be honest, I don't hear people. I've heard that people have said, that I do a lot of bragging about my relationship like it's perfect. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. What is happening here is this person is perfect for me. Right? Is it a perfect situation? Not at all. There's ups, there's downs, there's highs, there's lows, there's peaks, there's valleys. But through it all, for the most part, is a very, very good relationship. And if I sit around and pick out all of the things that are not good or even pay attention to those things, that's where my sole focus will go, to complaining about my relationship, to paying attention to what I don't have and what I wish I had and what I need, or to paying attention to what other people are doing and what they're receiving, and how I can feel a little bit jealous about that because I'm focused on that instead of what I have here and the benefits of what I have here. Right? So again, like you said, I don't think your dude is a bad guy at all. I actually think he's a guy that's perfect for you according to what you wrote in your letter. Right? But that's not up to me to see it, recognize it, and be able to revel in it. That's up to you. And am I saying that, oh, you mistreating your boo because you see what they doing? No, 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 no. I think you're still very much in love and happy with your boo. But I also know, like you said, some, and in my opinion, a tad bit too much focus is being put on what somebody else is doing because you're very well aware of what's taking place in their situation. And on top of that, you're taking actions on your end as a result of what's taking place in their situation. Their situation ain't got a thing to do with you. You in love, girl. Your boo makes you happy. He does everything he's supposed to do, or not. And once again, in a Healing Heart session, I would be asking, are you happy? Run it down for me. Another part that I want to discuss that you said in your letter, right, was that when you listed things about your current boo, right, you listed all of the reasons why a person is supposed to love a person. And am I saying that you're not in love with your boo? No. Am I saying that you're in love with your boo for the wrong reasons? No. Am I saying that he doesn't make you happy? No. I want you to listen to me clearly, and this is just because something you indicated in your letter. When you listed the very first top of the letter, when you started speaking about your boo, you spoke about all of the reasons that any person should love any person, right? So let's take off the table a romantic relationship. Even as a friend, if I have a friend who's supportive, loving, always got my back and looks out for me, I love that friend. I don't have to be romantically involved with that friend, and I don't have to be in love with that friend. But I could love that friend because of all of the beautiful things that they've done for me. Being in love and loving someone is two totally different things. So I want to make sure that in your relationship, you know that you love your man because he's a good man, but then there's another piece of you that's in love with your man. And then I want you to run those things down to me. That's what we'll be doing in the Healing Heart session. Because everything you list in the beginning of your letter sounds like you love that man because he's a stand-up man. Is that also the reason why you're in love with that man? Is that the only reason that you're in love with that man? Because we don't want to confuse it, which is what I see most people do, right? Most people say, oh, I love, like, all right, I'll give you a better example. I've seen women forge full-fledged romantic relationships with one another because the other person can understand them. They're a good person. They've been there for them and they've supported them. So in turn, they want to give each other that romantic, in love, feeling because, oh my God, look what you don't have to do that. You can separate the two. I love you. You've been there for me. You supported me. And as a result of that, I love you. But there's a different layer when it comes to being in love with a person. And I want to make sure that you're in love with your boo. And if you are, you're in it for the right reasons and not because it sounds like or you're supposed to be because of the way. No. Because once again, if something is not for you, it can't catch you and it can't keep you. Okay? And this is not to shit on your guy, right? This is not to say anything negative about your guy because, again, a stand up dude. The way you describe them, I respect that 300%. And I think that you do too. But make sure outside of the respect and the love, you're in love with him. Because if you are, then you would take every ounce of the emotion and focus that you're putting on that other situation and put it into this man because you're in love with him. Or not. Right? So these are questions that I would be asking you in the Healing Heart session because once again, my dear, I want to make sure you're where you want to be and not just here because you think that's where you're supposed to be or that it sounds or looks good or that other people may feel that that person is the best. You need to know that you are cemented and solid in the love that you have with this man. Now, I've heard some people say, I personally have never experienced it, but I've heard some people say that they can be totally, completely smitten with one person, but still carry some emotional baggage and feelings for another. I've never experienced it, right? So I don't know. I cannot say if that's true or false. What I will say is, still carrying emotional baggage and feelings from anyone from your past, does it benefit you? Does it help your current situation? Are you growing and flourishing because of that baggage? If not, my dear, you have to let it go. Let it go onward and upward. There's no reason to have it, to continue on with it, to think about it, to put any focus or energy into it. It's done, it's over. And right now, according to you, you have what you need, want, and desire right here. That's where every ounce of your energy, focus, and everything else you need to be doing needs to be. Okay? The jealousy piece, I mean, you're human. You're human. It happens. You're human. I just want to make sure that it doesn't continue to happen because then it makes me feel like you're looking outwardly as opposed to inwardly and you're seeing the glass as what? Half empty as opposed to half full. You have a lot of, or shall I say, you have a promising situation on your hands according to you, right? It sounds like you love this person loves you back, and y'all have a good thing going, right? Those people probably love each other, support each other, and probably have a good thing going. Guess what? What's for you is for you. What's for them is for them. There's no reason to envy or be jealous of what people have that is for them because we all want to receive what is for us. It's to your benefit. So when they putting up all their lovey-dovey pics and all that, hey, don't you have some of your own? Don't you have some memories with your boo? You know? So that shouldn't even matter to you. Another thing about it is too, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate here and let you know that everything that glitters ain't gold. You know? So don't be deceived by the pictures that are being put up and the long paragraphs that may be posted and the love that looks like it's in the air because sometimes that's not always the case for everybody. It's just what folks would like. It's just what folks would like for people to believe. My thing is that whether they want you to believe it or not, who fucking cares? Because you have your own boo that according to you, you love. I just want to get down to the bottom of if you're in love. And if you are, my dear, why in the dog is any of your focus going to anything outside of that love? That is how love lasts. That is how love grows. That is how love flourishes. And that is how couples make it, by focusing on one another and their love. Anything else outside of that is irrelevant. Okay, my dear. So listen, I need more deeds. I need more deeds. I need to know more about the situation. I need to know more about your boo. I need to know more about your ex. I need to know how that ended. I need to know how this started. I need to know all of it, right? I need to know what happened with you in the friendship. I need to know it all. And the only way that I'll be able to do so is if you come in for your Operation Heal 100 Heart session. So I think that would benefit you. I think that we can do it on FaceTime. We could do it via the phone. We could do it face to face. We can do it on Zoom. We could do it however you like. But I think you need to come get your Operation Heal 100 Heart session so we can have some dialogue about your current, your past, and what your future holds. All right, my dear. But thank you so much for trusting me. I always love when folks reach out to me with their dear Deidres and they can be transparent with me and share some things with me. And I also appreciate wanting to know my feedback and actually considering it when making your decisions about your life and your future. In any event, like I said, I need more deets. I want more deets. I require more deets. So hit me up for the Healing Heart session. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are still here, you should be dropping down right now in the comment section saying, yeah, girlfriend, let me let you know. Come and get your Healing Heart session. Or you should be just saying, no, DJ, I think you should let her know. Or, whatever you can identify with, or you can lend, your opinion to that would make the situation positive. Drop down in the comment section and do something. What do I always tell you guys? As long as it's not disrespectful, I do not delete and I do not debate. Everything is up for discussion, right? Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video because, as I said, that's your free way of supporting my channel and getting me out in the algorithm. Make sure if you're not subscribed to my channel that you please do so ASAP. If you are subscribed or when you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all my videos when they drop. I love Dear Deidre. I hear you guys love Dear Deidre. So let's keep this train moving. In any event, enjoy your day. This is how it goes every time.